Welcome back to Cold Cases. I'm here with Rusty and Cayson. Each of these guys is gonna drink a case of Friday beers. Once they drink a beer, they'll unlock a new piece of evidence. And once they've had all 12 beers and looked at all 12 pieces of evidence,
yarn me, brother!
They'll have to decide what happened to notorious hijacker D.B. Cooper.
Dave and Buster.
At the moment of eruption, I will become lava man.
You guys ready?
Ready, man.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it. I think we should set the scene a little bit while you drink this first beer, right?
Please.
Set it up.
Day before Thanksgiving, 1971, a guy goes and buys an airline ticket at the Portland, Oregon airport, pays in cash, which was a thing you could do. You could just walk in and pay in cash, gets on the plane, no security, mid-flight reveals that he has a bomb and makes ransom demands. When the flight lands in Seattle, they bring him his demands, he releases all the passengers, keeps the crew on, and then he says, take my ass to Mexico City. About 30 minutes into that flight, something happens, and when it lands for a refueling stop in Reno, he's not there, and somebody lowered the stairs that they have. Literally has never been seen since. None of the money has ever been used or seen in distribution, and we don't know.
I just want to say I'm very happy to be doing this with you guys.
Listen, if there's one thing I've learned about you guys, it's pictures speak louder than words.
Totally.
Great.
Okay, can I ask you a question, William?
Yeah.
So these are the same thing, right? One's just in color?
These are the same, but these were like the original drawings.
And then somebody like rendered
And then they
this
got a more
CGI.
accurate one. Other people were like, nah, his face looked too skinny in the OG. He kind of had this like, oh God, get this over with look, apparently, according to people that witnessed it. And so they kind of tried to capture that more.
If you ever get a mugshot like printed nationwide, you're gonna want to look as cool as this guy does.
Was he wearing shades on the plane?
He did wear shades.
Pretty baller.
Pretty sick.
Were they like, hey, DB, it's the middle of the night, why are you wearing?
That's actually a good question.
I guess if a guy has a bomb strapped to his chest, you're not necessarily super concerned with his eyewear.
It wasn't a briefcase, also.
So he's walking around with sunglasses and a briefcase.
Yes.
He looks.
They're like, we got some joker with sunglasses and a suitcase that's beeping, trying to board this plane, and now should we stop him? They're like, nah, it's probably nothing.
You said this was the day before Thanksgiving,
Day before Thanksgiving, 1971.
which I believe is known as Black Wednesday. You think he was out with his boys earlier that night?
Blackout Wednesday?
It's Black Wednesday.
They're like-
where you go to the bar with your hometown friends. Maybe he was out in Portland, kind of chopped it up.
He's out at a local watering hole in Portland. The tab gets like way out of hand. They're like, dude, how are we gonna pay for this? DB is like, yeah.
Give me one second.
I got a plan.
Everyone just keep the bartender here as long as possible. I gotta go to the airport real quick, but I got us covered. That's why none of the money was in circulation. Just one bartender got all of it. He's like, they gave me way more than I thought.
I like that theory right off the bat.
that's a good theory right now.
This might be your hottest start.
Yeah. My grandma only drinks canned soda because she claims that she went to Wendy's one time and she opened her fountain drink and there was a mouse in it.
It's pretty sick, though. Did you sue the Wendy's?
No, it never happened. She just likes to say it.
Oh.
Can you imagine the bartender's like, what do you want, a Coke?
That can't be a good sign.
It's a little early.
That could mean nothing. Let's do it. Let's
All
fucking figure this one out. You know, the only thing that keeps me doing these is the prospect of one day, whatever government
Of all time.
agency is like looking over all these cases, stumbles upon one of these videos like, oh shit, I didn't even think of
They're
that.
onto something.
All right, so I thought you would like this as a plane guy.
First, I love planes. One wing, it would never work.
No.
What is worth noting here, he sat in seat 18E, and that's the stair thing that dropped down that he would jump out of.
Isn't that baller that they used to load the plane from the back?
No, so those staircases actually existed in Vietnam. You know, they wouldn't shoot at like commercial airliners, and so they could secretly open these staircases and like drop stuff out the back.
It's pretty sick.
And you could control it from the back, and the cockpit couldn't put it back up.
Can we put our first theory up?
The clue's actually not done.
Cool.
Because in addition to sitting in 18E, he also, when he got there, ordered from Florence a 7-Up and bourbon.
I want to hate him.
I think we nailed it right away.
Drinking a 7 and 7, this guy fucking rocks. I think a safe bet is he probably served in Vietnam if he knew about this back part.
What year? The 77?
71.
He started in the aisle so that he had access to the flight attendants. And then once everyone was gone, he moved to the window so that he could spy where he wanted to go. So he could
jump?
know where he is. If this thing's down, he fucking jumped out of the plane. Right?
That's a fair take.
It could also, I also like that just like, obviously you go for the window if there's no one in the row. So you guys have the chance, if you want to, instead of your next beer, try to get a little bit into the DB Cooper spirit.
Do we want to do this or do we not? I mean, this is gonna fucking stink.
If you're gonna understand where this guy,
Right.
if you're gonna get in his mindset,
So that's clue number 2 is he was drinking.
Drinking 7.
and the outline of the plane, so you can see where he was sitting.
Yeah.
I definitely thought you might have some thoughts on 18.
I do.
I'm gonna make this for you. This will count as your next drink.
Okay.
All right.
Do you think it's a twist off? It's a pull.
Right.
Is there a thing on it?
Can I help you out there,
Yep,
bud?
please.
There you go.
That would not have been a good flight attendant.
Oh, it was because the fucking
Yeah,
thing
the
was
thing's
still
on.
on.
I didn't know.
That was beast.
Are we chugging this?
Yeah, dude, we're guys. Actually,
Yeah.
chugging a 7-Up's gonna stink. Man, this is way worse than beer.
It's super bubbly. It's worse.
Get into it. Clue
Can't
3.
tell if this is gonna hurt or help us, but
It's gonna hurt a lot. All right, nice. Now we're starting to cook with gas here. You wanna go first?
I have his ticket, his airline ticket. I don't know
Okay.
what we're supposed to derive from this. First name?
Debus. DB.
Daniel Cooper.
So, fun fact, it's obviously an alias of some kind. There was such a rush to get the article out that some eager reporter just like got confused and nervous and just wrote DB Cooper, and he wrote Dan Cooper on the ticket. DB was nothing. That was completely made up by a reporter.
All right, I got a note from Daniel, and this is what he handed the flight attendant. Miss, I have a bomb in my briefcase, and I want you to sit by me. He's just looking for company.
It's supposed to hang out.
He's like, nothing's gonna happen. I'm gonna take you out. We're gonna have a couple cocktails. We're gonna get to know each other.
He's been at Black Wednesday the entire night too.
He's like, I got
a few drinks
I got
in
a
him.
ragtag group of guys back at the bar. We're gonna parachute out of here, and we're gonna have a good time.
Give me a 7 and 7. I'm
me a
gonna
7
take
and
you
7.
back to the bar. It's gonna
And
be a
I
great
won't
time.
send us to fucking heaven.
Exactly. Yeah.
He gives this to her. She assumes that he's like trying to get her number, so she just puts it in her purse and doesn't look at it. And so he has to call her over and say, I really think you should look at that note. I have a bomb.
So embarrassing.
Yeah.
Actually, you didn't read my note. Could you?
Would that work on you if you were a girl at a bar?
If a guy said
Some
that I
guy's
had a
like,
bomb,
I really think you should come out with me. I have a bomb.
1,000%.
There's something really funny about having a bomb. Like
Not using
bombs
it.
themselves are
Yeah.
not funny, but when someone has possession of it, that's the funniest part.
If you don't detonate the bomb, it's fine.
Like
Having a bomb is fine.
it's like
as long as you don't do
better
it.
to have it, not need it.
So she comes over and sits with him then.
Okay.
He flashes the briefcase open, which has what looks like a bunch of sticks of dynamite.
How good at like fake bomb making do you have to be? If I saw any briefcase full of like wires, better
Immediate
safe
bomb.
than sorry. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
immediate
take your
bomb.
word for
Yeah.
it.
In my research, I was reading about like copycats after this. There were like a bunch of people who were like, no fucking way, I'm doing that. And one guy, it said he had a paperweight that looked like a hand grenade. And that was how he successfully hijacked the plane.
That's so sick. You can do it with anything back then.
Yeah.
What did we learn here? We learned that
His real name's Dan.
we learned that his real name's Dan.
Or no,
so he said.
Alias Dan.
That's almost like he like panicked. He got to the airport and like forgot that you had to give a name.
The guy in front of him, his name is Dan. He's like, Dan?
Yeah, and then like a Mini Cooper drives by. He's like, Dan Cooper.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? I was like just kind of dreading this all day, and then you have like 3 drinks. You're like, this is the
best.
this is the American dream.
Yeah. Dude, imagine the power you would feel if you get on a plane with a bomb. You're like, take me to Mexico City.
Yeah.
I'm gonna party my.
And
fucking
originally
ass
he
off.
was like, I'll take me straight to Mexico City. And they were like, we're not gonna be able to make it. We have to stop to refuel. So they like negotiated with him. And they're like, can we stop in Reno? And he was like, all right, fine.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
I love you.
Love you too.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna. This one has a. I mean, I don't want to show my hand here. This is what stacks of money feel like. It'd be so
I'd pull a
funny.
DB and just pop out of here.
What?
Spot on. Spot
Fucking
fucking
knows
on.
ball. So I want to talk about what he demanded. So he talks to the lady and he tells her, I need $200,000 cash. And he requested 4 parachutes, 2 front parachutes and 2 back parachutes.
Front? Is that one that's like on the front?
I think the front is
Like if you want to do
typically-
like a gainer
Yeah,
out.
no, I think the front is typically like an emergency. So you have like the back one on that's like the more stable one, and then you have like a reserve one.
What's the
Parachutes.
equivalent of that in today's money?
Like $1 million,
Can we pull that up?
probably.
All right, that's
4 or 5 million?
that's good.
Is
wad.
that worth it? You could ask for
1.4
more.
or 5.
One, no, but I think what DB was probably thinking is like most banks
Right, they had to be able
probably
to have
don't
that.
have that on hand. And he's like, if we get down there and they can't get it, then I'm on the ground for too long and they'll come in and fucking get me. So
Yeah,
that was
true.
like a reasonable amount where it's like the government could probably get that to him ASAP pronto.
And they did.
True.
They circled
Oh, they got
around
him the
Seattle
money?
a little bit, and then they landed on the tarmac in Seattle. He waited until the money was brought on board and handed to him, and then he let all the passengers deboard except the crew had to stay on.
Dude, what are these cops doing? Would you not like
He's
bring
a
a
bomb.
SWAT?
No, he's
would
a
you-
bomb.
Yeah, but would you not bring a SWAT team and like snipe them?
He's got his hand on the detonator. What if he's like, $200,000 cash, 4 parachutes, 20 minutes of Linda's time.
It's honestly a red flag. He didn't ask for busty women. If I'm being honest.
I think, what separates guys like that from you and I is they're able to keep their eye on the ball. I think you and I would get power hungry and be like, give me a Wendy's 4 for 4 and your bustiest agent.
Seattle PD is just searching for busty chicks.
Yeah.
They're like, holy shit, guys,
shit.
we need them.
They go to the bar for Black Wednesday, they're like, who's busty? Hold up the badge.
Badge.
If you have a C cup or higher, get the fuck out here.
All right,
now.
who's busty?
All right, put it on the board.
All right.
But he asked for 4 parachutes. A lot of people have found that a little bit sus.
One for each boob.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I think that he, and like this is nothing against people that were alive back then. They were the dumbest people in the world, no? Like that time period, they call them the greatest generation. They might have been great, but they were dumb as a bag of rocks. And I think he was like, I know how stupid these people are. If I ask for 4 parachutes, that's like enough of a curveball to like they're gonna be like fixated on that for like a night.
Yeah.
And then by the time they like figure out why I asked for that, I'm in Mexico City with 200,000. You know what? They never found it. It was scattered across Mexico City's hottest.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he made it.
We don't know how far those parachutes could glide.
That's
That's a good point.
That's why the negotiation happened. They're like, we can make it to Reno. He's like, I can make that work. Some guy just.
I will tell you the preeminent theory for why he asked for 4 parachutes is that would imply that he planned to take like flight attendants or other people as hostages with him when he jumped. Because if he just asked for 1, they would probably fuck with it so it didn't work.
That's
a great
actually
idea.
the perfect
I just-
answer.
yeah.
Give me 4.
So it's like they're not going to roll the dice of
They're
letting
not-
a flight
yeah,
attendant
yeah.
plummet to her death.
Was this just to look cool?
Yeah, it was just a representation
cool, though.
of.
I love it. Sorry, that sounded accusatory. I have
No, yeah. It's swaggy,
you
swaggy.
do this?
Yeah.
What do like rappers do?
Yeah.
That's actually what he did.
There's a picture of
He
DB
immediately
Cooper
got caught.
So I think our leading theory is still Black Wednesday, partying out with the boys. around
Bar
the
tab
money.
got out of hand.
Yeah.
I don't think we necessarily have a motive yet. I think the real only thing we probably can accept as like somewhat of a valid theory. I think he probably served in Korea or worked for an airline. He was familiar enough with this type of plane. That's
a good point.
What I don't
That's a good point.
understand, back then, like there was no like flight tracker. Like, what if he just did all this and then it was like the wrong plane? He also, like, if you wanted to go to Mexico City, those do not have enough gas.
Well, that's why they had to stop in Reno.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, you should have known that.
Somehow he simultaneously like knew a lot about planes, but maybe not a lot.
Yeah.
Or he was so knowledgeable about planes that he knew that amount of gas would force them to like reroute to Reno. And so him saying, I want to go to Mexico City was just like a ploy because he knew so much about airline logistics that he was like, they're gonna have to go to one of these like 3 neighboring cities to refuel because I demanded that. And that was part of his plan. I just think it sounds like he was throwing a lot of what was the first curveball he threw? 4 parachutes. He's either the smartest guy of all time or he's like the dumbest guy of all time.
I'm starting to feel that 7 and 7. I'm starting to regret it. It's not sitting well.
Time to map.
one map?
This is our favorite segment. Map it
up. Map it up. Is that like Nevada?
So he's flying down this way. They get some like radar detections here and here, right around here. Like he said, they had some communication with him. And then they heard something happen mechanically in the back of the plane that sort of altered the balance of the plane.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Right
if
around
you
here.
open that back part
Stairs.
and they weren't expecting it, that like completely changes the drag on the bottom part and it would like
Yes.
throw it.
And so they know that went down and then something went out of it because it, like the tail kind of like went up and they had to like readjust, and that happened right around here, but they were still too nervous to check if he had actually gone out, so they just kept flying. Likely where he jumped out, based on that, happened very close to Portland, Oregon.
So what do we know? They took off from Seattle, they come down here, and right around this mark, that's where the last time they had contact with him.
Yeah.
The most logical theory as a concrete evidence that he probably was the thing that left the plane.
Yeah.
But just for argument's sake, we're good detectives. Is there anything else that could have left the plane that would have destabilized it?
I mean, it could have been anything. He could have just done that as like a diversion.
They did like sled tests where they would like push weighted sleds out to see if it would have the same impact on like simulated or recreated flights.
Nothing?
No, they just found out it was like 200 pounds of something.
He seems like a pretty light guy, though,
He
right?
is, but think about it, he's holding a duffel bag of $200,000, which is 20, 30 pounds.
You could have told me like 100 pounds and I would have believed you.
Okay, for argument's sake, it's max 50 pounds, give or take. So if he's, how much do you weigh?
Like 180.
You gotta have a similar face to him. But
He
you
looks like he
both-
looks like my
you both
grandpa
got-
a little bit, if I'm being honest. Actually, I changed my last name from Cooper.
never
now
worked,
that I think
never
about
worked a
it.
day in his life. We were always very well
You're talking
off.
about Grandpappy Dick Balls Cooper?
So let's say maybe he's, what's the average? The average man is 5'9", 150 pounds. He's holding a 40-pound thing. I would say for argument's sake, it's almost surely him.
I have a quick theory. Have you guys ever seen Catch Me If You Can?
Yeah,
Leo
guys.
DiCaprio? What do you guys know about Frank Abagnale?
I know Frank Abagnale.
Pilot. Does he look kind of like that guy a little bit? Swooped hair.
Yeah.
A noted con man, noted pilot. He was.
But he never flew the plane. He just pretended to be a pilot.
This guy never flew the plane either. He was good at getting money.
damn good point.
He was good at getting money in means that were
my God.
unorthodox.
Frank Abagnale.
Is Dan Cooper.
I don't hate that at all. You want to throw it on the board?
I'll throw it on the board. Give it to me.
So new theory in the clubhouse. Famous con man Frank Abagnale was potentially DB Cooper. That's actually not. Can we
I think he operated around the same time too.
Are we allowed to use Google?
You get one Google and you already used it.
Well, you didn't tell us that
I
before.
haven't used my
That's
Google
that's
yet.
been the same. Yeah, he could use his Google.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was convicted and sentenced to probation in 1969. He would
So
have been
he
on
was
probation
out.
when this happened.
He wasn't in jail.
Yeah.
I think it might hold some water.
It's the leading theory in the clubhouse.
I don't think we're gonna figure out who it was like we did with the Zodiac, where we like list a bunch of possible people.
Where
I think
we
the idea
nailed the
more-
exact person.
I think because I think here.
Not with that attitude, we're not.
You're setting the bar pretty low here.
You're right, you're right.
I feel like we've already done
I
that.
think that you're forgetting. You're talking to guys that literally found out what happened to the Malaysian Airlines flights.
True. We can't forget JFK either. Lee, Harvey, and Oswald. Never trust a guy with 2 names. Never trust a guy with 3 names.
One name, you're fine.
Usher.
Kesha.
Yeah.
Diddy.
Adele.
Adela. Diddy. All right, let's just do it. Why not?
Let's get on with it.
What
do you think?
Any other stuff?
There was.
Well, next you dropped it.
Oh, no, sorry, it's a Raleigh filter tip.
So what we're looking at
Cigarette?
here,
Gave her that Raleigh filter tip.
the thing that matters in an investigation is the physical evidence,
Right.
right? So this is everything that was left on the plane. In Mr. Cooper's seat was his clip-on tie. This is a photo of it. That's a recreation of it.
This might poke a hole in our military idea. I feel like they teach you how to tie a tie in the military.
Or he's throwing it's another classic DBC, which of course Will is a DB
Cooper.
curveball. Where he's saying like, they're gonna know I have knowledge of these things, but what military man can't tie a tie? None. I think his thing was like, I'm gonna throw as many curveballs as possible
Yeah.
so that I can just get far enough away, and then
He wants to escape. They're not going to
Yes.
look for any
Yeah,
military
exactly.
members at all.
Right.
Like, be like, this guy can't tie a tie. Clearly not a member of the military. They don't look for him there at all.
could you humor me and put this on?
Humor me.
Okay, so there you are. There he is.
All right, you're having a hard time to convince me this guy doesn't fucking rock. This guy's awesome. I think there's no way this bomb was real, right? If he's smoking,
I don't know.
Almost like half a pack of cigarettes around it.
I think that people back then had no concept of like flammable things. Like you were smoking at gas stations. You were smoking on the.
Yeah, that's
you-
true.
We learned years later that those things are essentially flying bombs, and that guy is chiefing away.
Yeah.
He's next to his own bomb. And the more that I talk it out, It had to have been fake. Let's really hone in on the Raleighs here.
Smoke Raleigh cigarettes.
Is that a picture of William Shakespeare? Am I wrong?
I
think
believe
you're
that's
right.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Sure. And that is,
Do you wanna-
as we all know.
Do you want to handle this or do you want me?
I mean, I know it. Do you want to explain Walter Raleigh to him?
I think he settled North Carolina.
You knew that was Sir Walter Raleigh?
He's from
That's.
Charleston.
I was gonna say that's great research, though.
The interesting part about the tie is maybe that he didn't really make any other mistakes. Like the notes, he went out of his way to collect all the notes back that he had written. You know, he was very meticulous.
Oh, wait, really?
But then
So-
he leaves his tie. It's like, what is that?
I think you're probably right. I think he was smart enough to realize that maybe they had like handwriting matching technology back then, but they didn't have like DNA or anything. So like them having his tie,
Yeah.
I think he was like, that's a throwaway. Like the risk to reward, the risk is like on the way down, you're just like, but I don't know. I don't think that that's even like sloppy. I think it's almost like a calling card. They're like,
Yeah.
maybe he was gonna do it again, and they were gonna be like he was gonna be like the black tie bomber.
I was gonna ask, what did we gain from this?
We learned. This is what we learned.
I'm gonna take the tie off.
Yeah, I think that he is a smart guy who was trying to pose as a dumb guy.
Yeah.
So he put the clip on. That'll give him an extra 12 hours of them being, what the fuck does that mean? Any military man would know how to tie a tie. So he's trying to throw them off. That makes me think he's even more military.
Yeah.
Oh, this is probably just fucking brutal to listen to.
No, I don't think so. But lots of people like this.
What do you think would happen if you brought real dynamite to this office? Do you think they would fire you?
No, dude, I have
think
my backpack is outside filled with dynamite. Nobody's checked it once.
I got a proposal for you.
Yeah.
Let's fucking find this guy.
I think we should do it.
Tired of him being out there running through.
Fucking that rat fuck. You guys might not think he looks like my grandpa. I'm gonna get a picture of my grandpa and we're gonna see.
We'll put a picture of Cayson's grandpa right here.
Come on.
Was that my fastest one?
Yeah, it was really good.
What do you got there?
Your guess is as good as mine.
If you put a gun to my head and you said you have to get within shouting distance of like what this is, I would I don't even have.
How about that one?
This looks like a bomb with some sort, like a torpedo maybe. Is that one of those big drinks you get in Vegas with the straw at the top?
So these are results of like a forensic, or maybe not
Didn't I
forensic,
say
but-
DNA? The first thing was I said was
Yeah, it wasn't DNA, but they were basically testing for particles found on the tie. So what we learned from the results of this testing was that microscopic pieces of titanium were found on his tie. Yarn!
Yarn me, brother!
I want to read this
connected,
verbatim
boys.
so I don't say it wrong, but titanium was a strategic metal primarily used in military aircraft, some civilian aircraft, and highly corrosive industrial plants.
That is the smoking gun right now, and let me tell you why.
Give it to me.
Titanium is connected to one of these two things. If it is only found in industrial use, like commercial airliners, or military use, Vietnam, I think that was our beer one theory.
Yeah, number one.
Military man, but I actually am gonna go a step further. I think it's more dependent on the airline aspect of it. Because here's the deal. For him to know that it was gonna be this specific plane and that it was gonna go this specific route and that rerouting to Reno would still accomplish his goal of landing him where he wanted to go, I think he was either an air traffic control guy, worked for the airline, or like our boy Sky King, which we talked about, worked on the tarmac.
That's a pretty good point, actually.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a pretty good point.
So I
yeah.
think-
he probably learned about the bombs in Vietnam because the Viet Cong were very direct about like bombs at hidden places too, and he maybe like something switched. He's like,
Yeah.
I can use this technology and for my good.
We don't know that is fact, but
Vietnam.
we know that he has somehow been. Bless you. That one, Tyler, did you shit yourself? There's
probably not.
There was one winter break where I shit myself twice. My mom thought I was dying.
She thought you were dying because you shit yourself.
Twice in one winter break? That's like a week and a half.
It's 3 times a month where it gets dicey.
I haven't gotten diarrhea since 07.
What happened when you were 7?
No, 07.
How old? What year were you born?
97?
Jeez Louise.
Don't act like that.
No, I'm not. I thought we were the same age. That's, if anything, that's like good. Like I thought you were like our age.
Like I look like your
You
age?
look like you're like 24.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Skin me, brother. Drinking the beer.
We're solving the case, and we're drinking the beer. Cold cases and colder drinks.
Do it quieter.
Rusty's gonna love this one.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
I want the truth.
There's a lot of words.
Okay. You ready?
Go for it.
This is basically a timeline of what happened on the flight around
Okay.
the time that they think he jumped out.
At 8:02, Flight 305 reports total air temperature as -7 degrees centigrade. That is equivalent to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Harrison notes Carl Griffin, Bob Lowenthal, and Stuart McLean and NWA. What?
Wait, that's just
Dude,
like
they
so
were
sick.
with the Ice
Coming
Cube?
straight out of Compton!
Fucking Dr. Dre was on this flight too?
DB Cooper is in the front, and then like Eazy-E's in the back, and they're all like dissing each
That's
other.
why he needed 4 parachutes. He had to save Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Eazy-E.
Read that first one you read is pretty important.
Total air temperature is measured by a temperature probe mounted on the fuselage of an aircraft. It is the outside air temperature plus the rise in temperature due to an increase in speed.
It's more important. Look at how fucking cold it was.
20 degrees? That's completely normal for how high they are. That's, if anything, it's warm.
No, I'm saying it's cold as shit. When the guy's jumping out of the airplane,
I mean, that's why it works.
he didn't ask for a helmet, he didn't ask for goggles, he didn't ask for gloves.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that's
he's got those cool sunglasses.
8:05, pilot reports that he has tried twice to contact Cooper unsuccessfully via the interphone. I'm assuming that's like the PA. Maybe, oh, you know what? There used to be phones on like the back of your seat that you could
call people?
You could call people. And so, okay, so he tried to call his seat unsuccessfully, probably because he was supposed to be on the aisle and he was in the window. Then they used the PA system to get his attention. He finally came on the interphone and said everything is okay. At 8:11, they are getting some oscillations in the climb indicator and that Cooper must be doing something with the stairs. The important thing to note is that unless he was like some sort of mastermind and found things that they wouldn't notice were missing, it is 99.9% that he and his belongings and the parachutes and the money were the missing thing that set that up.
I also, a big reason I wanted to bring that up was the first thing about the temperature. There are a lot of people who are like, he fucking froze to death.
Willie, if he had jumped out and immediately froze to death, he would have landed in like the forest. Like they've searched this radius, I'm sure, over and over and over again. Like a body with the bag of $200,000 would be the
plot of a 2006 movie starring Dax Shepard and Matthew Lillard, without a paddle.
I am right now leaning toward, like heavily leaning towards I think he got away.
Well, how come no bank ever reports the serial number of any of that money?
So is that confirmed they marked every serial number?
They photographed every bill that they gave him.
I mean, you could trade that with somebody, like some seedy character for gold, I would assume. But
then if that guy spends it, even if they don't track him down through it.
So I think both can be true. Maybe he got away with it and also realized that he was not going to be able to spend any of the
But what did he do like the rest of his life though?
Well, he went back to whatever he was doing. He never got caught.
But they know what he looks like.
What if he opened up the paper? He's like, I'm so fucked. And it looks nothing like him. He's like, cool.
Both of his eyes are straight.
He looks like Willie.
Whatever.
Remember I said none of the money ever turned up in circulation or at a bank or anything? I might have buried the lead a little bit. Because it didn't turn up at a bank or in circulation. But in 1980, 8-year-old Brian Ingram, he's playing on the beach right around here, and he finds 3 bundles of cash.
What's a bundle?
It was each one was worth, I don't know, had 100.
Sorry, in my hood we call it a rack.
Okay, 3 racks. It was $5,800 in cash in 3 separate bundles. 2 of the bundles had 100 bills. One of them had 90 bills. So there was some amount of money missing from one of the bundles, and they were all 3 together buried in the sand along the river. Also, huge detail, serial numbers match up. This is confirmed to be the money that was given to DB Cooper.
Is there a world where Brendan Ingram.
Brandon.
Whatever. The kid fucking finds it.
Brian Ingram.
If you found cash, you're not taking a little bit of it.
No.
You're taking all of it. So the person that found it and took 10 bills out is someone that must have had knowledge that this was sour money. If you found money on the beach, that is the most surefire, like, I'm taking all of that and I'm asking no questions. The only reason
it was still in rubber bands too, and they disintegrated when he picked them up.
I think he jumped out and 5,800 sprayed out, And like,
But why would 3 individual bundles all be together?
I have a kind of
I don't know.
a second theory on there as well. And not to harp on the whole Black Wednesday thing, but this guy was clearly a drinker, clearly a vet. He goes to Black Wednesday, he needs money. He goes up, gets $200,000 cash, dives off. He buries it in the beach in Oregon, Washington, wherever he is.
I don't know that. I don't think it was a
He's a
glider.
skilled military veteran. I'm sure he can fly a parachute pretty well.
I don't think you can like aim those.
You can
things.
unless it has.
No, I think if you can go like this, you can definitely aim where
No,
you
I know,
go.
but I think what we're trying to say is we don't know if it was this. Also, why is yours up here? I always picture them down here.
No, have you ever been on a parachute before?
Tomato.
No, have you parachuted?
I parachuted twice.
You waited until the 9th beer to be like, I have experience doing this.
Well, this is the only time it's come in like pretty good handy.
But the whole case has been the thing with the.
Yeah, but it's not like I've never like I've never had a bomb.
What
on
were
a
you
plane.
what the fuck
All
were you
right, so you can go pretty far on a parachute. I think it's pretty feasible he made it to the beach.
Cayson, I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't think that is feasible. You're
Okay.
thinking of a different parachute. Like I think
Okay.
these ones it's like the circular ones where it's
Yeah.
like wherever you are, it stops. And like maybe the wind takes you one way or another, but like
Let's say hypothetically he made it to the beach. You're not gonna keep all the money in one place because people find your money, they're gonna take it all. And he was only taken out for special occasions, and he only spent it at places that, for the reason that he got the money in the first place.
he's got tabs all over town.
He only got the money for drinks at a bar. He's only gonna use the money for drinks at a bar.
Right.
As soon as USA beats the Soviets, 1980, he's like, I'm gonna buy everybody around. This is a reason to celebrate. I'm gonna get some cash out. I'm gonna dig it up. I'm gonna pull like whatever, how much money was gone, a grand.
Less, yeah.
I'm gonna spend it at the bar.
But you guys are positive he's alive.
That's why we think he's alive. Is
He
that like they
purposely
didn't find
buried
a
the
body?
money.
They would find
Right.
they would
Yeah.
find something. Unless bears, if we consider
Yeah.
bears.
If the bears
I
are
really think
burrowing
bears.
cash.
A lot of people
Oregon
thought
State loves
maybe
their
it-
beavers.
You know, it like washed down the riverbed and ended up there.
I think he landed safely. I'm almost positive of that.
Yeah.
I think maybe he had people waiting for him. He had like a crew deep enough to hide most of it, and then they were like, we're one guy short. And he's like, my cousin Ryan.
I suppose we can go with Ryan.
And Ryan's like, I'm gonna put it on the beach.
All right, I have a new theory. DB Cooper makes it out unscathed, meets a lady. He's like, hey, I have all this money. Has a kid. He named his kid Brian Ingram.
Well, Brian Ingram got half he split that.
Wait, but isn't all
That's
the
his
money
plan.
gone?
No, it was still salvage. I think as long as it's like half usable.
What?
Like if you find $1 that's been cut in 60-40, the 60 part counts. Well, I was gonna say the idea of him having people like there waiting for him is like he didn't know even that they were gonna stop in Reno.
But I'm
He didn't
saying
know the exact.
That
flight
was
time.
our original theory.
Is that he did
like,
know.
He did know.
Yeah.
And that the whole Mexico thing. Ooh. Well,
My theory.
no. I just want to talk to you for a second.
I'm trying my fucking hardest here, and when you do that and you undermine me in front of Cayson, it makes this whole thing fucked.
Sorry, I totally zoned out. What?
I won, but I think you technically won because I swallowed about 2 ounces.
I think you should drink your beer.
When you kind of undermine me there, then like I lose all credibility. Can I tell you a secret? No. I'm gonna tell you one quick secret. Okay. The secret's on my lips. You're not gonna hate it. You're not gonna like it one bit. Because I'm not gonna hate it, or I'm not gonna like it. Just tell me this. You're gonna hate it. It sounds like I'm just gonna be okay with it. You just tell me.
You never had a secret. All right, 1 or 2.
2.
Okay, so these are, look at this, and tell me that this is a valuable clue for 2 guys that have had, how many beers? 10 beers?
What we're looking at here is a test that was run by some people who are way too into this shit. These are all rubber bands, and this is like after they were left outside in comparable temperatures. After 234 days, almost all of the rubber bands had completely disintegrated. So that means that
I see what
Of
you're
the
saying.
hijacking.
I see what you're saying.
so they had to have been buried to have been preserved that well.
Willie, that actually
Yeah.
brings up a very good point.
Yeah.
Where I think our brains immediately went to he landed and immediately gave the cash to someone.
Yeah.
There was a world where he landed, made it to some like hideaway house, and then their block was getting too hot, and then 8 months or 7 months and some change, they went and buried him, and that would have still had their rubber bands intact. So he couldn't have buried them.
What it means more is that it didn't wash down the river.
Yes, that okay.
And then,
sorry, can someone give me a pat on the back that I knew something was up?
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
definitely
I
knew something
knew-
was up. So the idea is that they were buried.
They were in someone's
They were buried by
possession.
a.
Okay.
And that explains the 3 bundles on top of each other. So
Yeah.
It's like
I got a
one-
theory.
Hit me.
Isn't that the
40th?
best feeling?
Yeah.
So good.
When you're like, we're sitting there, we were kind of spinning our tires there for a little
Sure
bit.
were.
I got a theory. So, here's what. Oh my God!
You
is that-
want any of these too?
Wait, I lost it. I lost it.
so-
Wait, shut
I'm
up,
so-
shut
I'm
the fuck
so
up, shut the
excited.
fuck up. I lost it. What were we just talking about?
Rubber bands, the 5 guys.
Five guys. Yes.
Okay. I'm about to give you this. Like, we genuinely
bank.
solved the last
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I literally think this is like.
Got it.
I'm not going to tell you who did it, but I think this is generally going to explain this.
Okay.
He lands, right? He gives 5,800, which is like a weird number, and he takes 1,000 out of one of the wads to like even throw more for a loop, and he gives it to a guy he really trusts in the Pacific Northwest, and he goes, "Hey man, I'm heading either south." I don't know where he went. He went to another country, and he disappears, and he goes, "In 8 years or 7 years or however long, bury this in like an obvious place on the beach. Any progress they've made into finding where I am, that's gonna reset them, because now they have a new piece of evidence that like doesn't make any sense." You know what they like Navy SEALs say that like having like American currency is like the strongest thing in the world. Like if you have $20 American currency, like you can get anywhere, whatever. So he's like, we're gonna bury this in any leads they've made that'll throw them for a loop and think that like, how the fuck did this end up here? And then he's in like Peru or Argentina.
Yeah.
But like, dude, does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are you telling me this is a classic DBC?
It's a DBCD, a DB Cooper deception, brother.
Were you
You want
gonna
to
say
shock on this one? Like, look, why are we pouring it into a glass? We're gonna shock it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's so cool.
That's actually nice.
I don't want to make like probably the best point of the night while we're doing this, but when you come into a lot of money at once, what do most people do?
Car?
Open up a chain of restaurants, bar and restaurants.
Actually, not a bad idea.
Yes. DB. Do you guys know any other popular bar and restaurants with the initials DB?
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's, my brother. This guy found $1.4.5 million, and he's like, guess what? I'm gonna let people play games. I'm gonna let people shoot the hoop. I'm gonna let people get a couple of drinks.
Right.
I'm gonna let people get some wings, some appetizers, and I'm not gonna feel bad about what I did.
Oh, that was ass.
Get into that 11th clue, boys. That is Mount St. Helens.
Right.
So this is Portland down here, right? So this is like where everything went down, is all right around there. Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980. Devastating. Dozens of people died. Took out huge swaths of the wilderness. To answer your question about it's impossible that he died because they would have found everything. Like, if they didn't find him within the first 9 years, it's entirely possible it was completely wiped out.
I don't think
by
there
lava.
was a ton of lava though, right? It was just a bunch
I
of
think
stuff.
if you and I speculated on how much lava there was, we'd be lying to ourselves. And here's the thing. Do I think that this is gonna be a leading theory in the clubhouse? No. Do all good detectives throw anything at the wall and see what sticks?
Of course.
Yes.
I have a theory, and it is probably to date the dumbest theory pitched on Scared and
Impaired, yeah.
Cold cases, sorry. What was happening in the 60s? Comic books were coming out. Superman, Spider-Man got bit by a radioactive spider. There are all these things where, in order to become a superhero, some sort of chemical reaction needed to happen. Is there a world where D.B. Cooper was like, you know, superheroes are hot, there's no lava man, like all the boxes were checked. He was like, Mount St. Helens is ready to erupt. If I hit it at the moment of eruption, I will become Lava Man. And he targeted that and tried to parachute directly into Mount St. Helens to become Lava Man.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, it almost seems like one of the worst theories I've ever heard, and I don't want to be brash because Mount St. Helens was like 9 years after.
Correct. Yeah.
DB Cooper. So if he flew his parachute into Mount St. Helens, he'd have had to chill there for roughly 9 years before anything exploded. Mm-hmm. Which I'm not saying no to your theory. I'm just saying I feel like we're cooking with gas with him trying to pay the bar tab and not become Lava Man, some sort of a superhero.
You know when your mom is like, go say, like you're like a little kid, they're like, go say hello to those kids, like what's the worst that can happen? That was the worst.
Right,
that was the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah, put yourself out. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we close?
What were you and I talking about?
This is your last
before?
beer.
Yeah, but
what?
are we close to finding them?
Yeah, wait, we were, but I forget. It was the... Can you imagine giving your grandpa 12 beers and then putting them away when we'd have a heart attack?
Yeah, you go back in time. Bang!
Ain't nobody dope as me, I'm just so fresh,
So fresh and so clean.
What's it say?
Your turn.
I don't like this.
You guys have been hearing all about this guy. I think it's time we put you guys to the test. So we've got here a flight simulator.
Wait, you know I'm good at the flight
You're going to
simulator.
take the path over Portland, and it'll be up to you to decide where you think he was headed when he jumped out.
Cayson, I know how to fly. I actually know how to do a flight simulator. Can I do this?
You can do it. I would also like to do it though.
This is a flight from Seattle to Reno.
Wait, you want me to follow a flight path?
Yeah, that's the
you
goal.
want to jump off where's most
You're trying to figure out where he might have been trying to jump off.
So I'm bringing engine speed up to full max.
So at this point, you've cleared the passengers off. You've got the money.
Okay.
What does that mean? I don't know what any of this shit means.
Yeah,
because you've never had 1,000 souls on board.
There were 36 people, but they all deboarded.
Okay,
it's just the crew.
You've never had 36 souls on board then. What
Is
are
this
you
going to
laughing?
take like forever?
Are you going the wrong?
Yeah, we're like flying a normal.
I feel like you're going north.
Are you going the wrong direction? I feel like
I'm on the. I just took off from the fucking runway.
You don't want to bank?
He gave me a fucking. No, I know how to bank. I don't know where. I'm a mile away from the steep. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go.
Do these flights take the normal length of a flight?
Yes. What are you talking about? It's a flight
dude.
simulator.
So what are you guys getting out of this so far?
I'm getting out of that I have had 12 beers and I have a commercial airliner off the ground and like kind of on track to go wherever you want. Like I can take you to wherever you want to go right now.
The only thing I'm getting out of this is that our first theory is probably the most solid.
What were you trying to get out of this?
I don't know. I thought that you would have fun with it, and have some theories about like, oh, he would want to go there for that or something. But I don't think I realized how fucking long these flights take.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's complete. This is a flight simulator.
He hijacked a plane on Black Wednesday, got hammered with his friends. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get a lot of money. He ends up getting way more money than he ever thought at. $200K. He's like, guess what? I can open up a chain of arcade restaurants with this kind of cash. And you know what he did? He planted a little seed because the best thing about any heist is the clues.
Well, they get it off on like leaving clues. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna name my restaurants Dave and Buster's. I'm gonna hire two little puppets named Dave and named Buster to run my restaurants for me. I'm gonna live the high life out in
Where do you find
South
a guy
America.
named Buster though?
Dude, they're crawling around everywhere.
Right.
If you shake one stick in Portland, Oregon, you're gonna find 10 guys named Buster. My final conclusion, it could be different than yours, is that DB, aka Dan Cooper, died in Argentina along with the Nazis, and his friends Dave and Buster are carrying along his legacy, and they're bad guys operating on bad money. We should investigate D&Bs.
I think we got it.
I think you guys actually did solve it. Careful.
All right, we did it.
Whoa! Did you just have a good time watching this video you just watched? Then oh my god, you're gonna love watching other videos on the Almost Friday channel.
Yeah, like did you know Johnny Manziel, our homie, our close personal friend, just interviewed Cam Newton last week on his podcast Glory Days?
That's right, and Cam Newton, I bet, wore a crazy hat.
Crazy!
And if you guys think that's nuts, Sam Bennett is on Empty Netter's pod.
A good get. Also, you can search out of YouTube for just adult content.